What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Angelo podcast. I'm with my boy Jamil here. He's actually a medical assistant as well as a nursing student and the founder of Crescent Cruisers Instagram page. One of the co-founders, actually, and he runs local Cars and Coffee here in Sacramento. What's going on, my boy Jamil?
Hey.
How are you? Good to see you.
Likewise, thank you for having me on, man.
Of course.
My name is Jamil, and as you mentioned, I work as a medical assistant currently in Sacramento. And as you mentioned as well, I'm a co-founder for Crescent Cruisers. We're a local charity motor club, so we have cars, some trucks, some bikes, and we just like to get together and hang out and go to car events.
Oh, yeah, of course, my brother. So when did you kind of found the club, man? How long ago was this?
So it was between my friend and I, Zane. Both of us, to be honest, we didn't really have like a plan for it. We were like, hey, should we just do this kind of thing? Like, you know, both of us like cars. I'm more of a guy that likes car, and Zane is like a car guy. Like, he's able to get into super minute details about like every little thing, and I'm just a guy that likes cars.
Yeah.
And this was around, like late 2022, and then we officially started it in January 2023.
No way.
Yeah, so early last year.
And you guys grew pretty fast already. I think you're at like already 922 followers, which is pretty crazy growth for Instagram. What was like that initial startup? Like, was it just kind of like a passion for cars?
It was a passion for cars, and also my background. I come from a lot of like nonprofit and charity work.
Oh, really?
And when I exited that game, I was like, I kind of missed that, but I want to enter it with a different way.
Yeah.
Or get involved in the community in a different way. And that's when I thought, like, I think a way where we can differentiate ourselves as part of like, you know, as a car club or like a motor club is if we do a lot of charity work for the city, for the community. But also is like, you know, people see car events as like a networking opportunity.
Yeah.
You meet everybody from like different areas, different even like tax brackets. It's a good way to meet people. It's a good way to just be involved in the community. If that makes sense.
No, I agree. It's a super great way to kind of network, meet people, especially a lot of like-minded individuals who are just super into cars. And like, it kind of becomes like your passion. So whenever you hang out, you're just like always having a good time.
Yeah. And it's a natural icebreaker too. If like, you know, if both of you guys already have a common interest and you're already there for a reason, so it's easy to kind of get past that initial like intimidation factor of meeting different people, and it's just getting to know the person.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, I completely agree. What was your kind of car that started you on this journey that you're just like, dude, this is the car like you got really excited about?
My brother has a 1969 Mach 1 Mustang.
No way.
And just looking at it, it's really, really cool. It has a lot of cool history. My thing is more like classics.
Yeah.
But also talking to Zane, and Zane was also that person that brought me into the car community.
Oh, so cool.
Just being in the car with him, like while he's just running some roads or running some just some trails. It's really fun.
It's really fun. Okay.
So aside from like just parking and like admiring cars, another thing for me is like actually being in the car or like driving the car.
Yeah.
It's so much to appreciate. And even you have a really nice car as well.
Oh, tell me
your story with the i8.
Yeah, so the i8, and we'll show you guys kind of in the footage of a little picture over here. But the i8 was probably like my favorite car because Post Malone would always talk about, he's like, cruising in my i8. And then I was like, dude, this car is sick.
Yeah.
And I've always been a fan of like, do you call it scissor doors?
Yes.
Scissor doors?
Or like scissor or like butterfly doors.
Butterfly doors, yeah. Always loved butterfly doors. And when I saw the doors go up, I was like, dude, I got to have this car.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what started. And then I think, I'm not sure if Fetty Wap drove one back in the day. I used to love Fetty when he was making music, and I just kind of got hooked on it. So I wanted a supercar that had good gas mileage, also had relatively low maintenance, and that was the car I kind of found.
Yeah. Because it's not old enough to where it's hard to find parts on, because it's discontinued, right?
Yeah, so I think they started making 2014 to 2019 is when the i8 was created. And then about 2019 was the last time they made it. They made like a Roadster, which is the top down, and then they stopped making it. But unfortunately for the i8, like I do have to take it to the dealership for any service. There are some mechanics who are good with it, but unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like the safer option.
Yeah. So, what about you? When you started this kind of journey, like, what is your kind of dream car that you're looking for to kind of, if you could bring it to the Cars and Coffee show, what would you bring?
My dream car would be my car finished.
Oh yeah, we gotta show the audience. I'll put a little picture of that too on the screen.
It's a 1975 Mercedes 450 SL. It still needs a lot of work, but I'm blessed to be like I said in the community, and I have amazing friends that have helped me.
Yeah.
Bring him back to the road.
Yeah.
But that car actually I bought it from my father to give it back to him.
No
just
way.
finished.
That's so cool, man.
But aside from that, one of my dream cars is a either like a '77 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. I love that body. It's like that sharp, petite kind of look.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of power too.
That's pretty cool.
Another car is a like either a 1991 to a 1993 3000 GT VR4.
No way.
Those cars are heavier because of like all the components. It was super ahead of its time. It had like all-wheel steering, it had independent suspension, but it's just because of the components and at the time they couldn't make it smaller.
Yeah.
The car was super heavy, and that was its main problem with competing against like the Mark IV Super at that time.
Yeah.
What else was there? And I believe the Nissan.
The Nissan. Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
That's pretty cool. Did you ever get into kind of like electric cars now? EV cars are kind of a big thing now, or even like, are you kind of more like the guy who's into the classics?
I'm more of a classics guy, but I think there are new electric cars that I really appreciate. For an example, I'm really hoping that Toyota, I don't know, this isn't like, fully electric, but I really like the new Prius. I think the new Prius is super clean. Yeah. And I've actually talked to someone who owns one, and he's like, surprisingly, it's a fun car to drive.
No way.
He was like, he has like the all-wheel drive, like top model, and he was like, bro, I was able to launch it.
How was the launch on the Prius? It was like a Model 3 launch?
To be honest, I don't know.
Okay.
But it's just like, it's quick.
Yeah, it's quick.
Yeah. What other cars are there that I really like?
I feel like the Prius, right? It's always been that workhorse car.
Yeah. And it's always gotten bullied too, like for being like, the ugly hybrid car that's like a midlife crisis sort of thing.
Guys, my first car ever I got was actually a Toyota Corolla. So that was my first car, and then I moved to a Honda, of course. Your basics, kind of like when you're like early in high school. Yeah, like those cars. And then I got in an accident, switched over to Tesla, and then now I had the Model S as daily driver, and then I just drive the i8. What's up, brother?
Sorry to interrupt your guys' video.
How's it going, man?
I was talking about Prius. I work at Elk Grove Toyota.
Oh, give a shout out to the YouTube, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Come on in, Elk Grove Toyota. Come see Gabriel. My name.
Go ahead, give it.
I can take care of y'all. Come in and get a Camry, get a Prius. The new Camrys, 51 miles per gallon.
Whoa, that's insane.
So they're just about the same as the Prius now. Come on in, we can take care of you. You get a Camry LE.
Yeah.
Starting at like 32,000.
That's pretty good.
Solid.
Yeah. Thank you, Gabe. And then, feel free to you can drop your IG down.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, give a shout out.
My name is, or my Instagram, Gabe Relas, GABERUELAS. Come see me at Elk Grove Toyota.
He gets you a good deal, guys. Gabe, appreciate you. Thank you for the channel, my brother. I'll add you on IG after this, bro.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna have to get your YouTube after.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's growing channel, but we're making content.
It's all about starting.
Yeah.
It's all about, man.
We just got like monetized like a few weeks ago, so that's kind of like while we're just pushing our. Is that the new Prius or not?
That's the new
Yeah.
Prius.
And
We haven't since I've been working here, I haven't seen not one land on the lot yet.
Are they that like in demand, bro?
Yeah, I mean, it's more of like not getting sent over from the factory right now.
Yeah.
Not sure what the issue is, but yeah, since I've been working there, I haven't seen a Prius, but like I said, that Camry LE,
Yeah.
51 miles per gallon, it's just about the same. You get more space in the Prius.
Okay, bet.
They just redesigned it too, so
That's exciting.
it looks a little bit like that Prius, but just bigger.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Yeah.
Type in your YouTube right here.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, bro. And then I'll add you on IG, bro, if you want to just. But feel free. I post a lot, bro. So just feel free to mute me. Yeah. And then I'll tag your Instagram over here
Right
on the bio. Yeah.
You guys drove this? Somebody did?
Oh yeah, that's my i8. Yeah.
That's my dream car.
Oh really, bro? Yeah.
That's my dream car. I was just telling my homie at work at a dealership.
Yeah. You
I
gonna,
was like, man, I'm gonna get an i8 one day.
bro? They always had that in the yellow, and then I actually just bought this one at Fresno. Yeah, I was like, cause it had like low mileage and everything. Yeah. Oh, it's my boy Jamil, by the way. He has the local Cars and Coffee here. So if you ever want to bring out your cars, just check out other whips, bro. He's the man. Yeah.
I got a friend too. He does a lot of photography. He's trying to get his name out there. He does a lot.
Yeah, have him come up to my event.
Yeah.
I'll send over his Instagram to you, and then you.
Yeah. Hell yeah. We're all connected.
I already see him. He be out. You go to car shows and stuff.
I do, yeah. But I mean, that's what we're all about too. It's just helping each other out,
Exactly. Yep.
especially in this day and age.
Get some photos with your i8 too. Man.
Hell yeah, bro.
We'll take it. We all get together.
Yeah. We just trying to grow and get that bag together.
Yes, sir.
I will.
Take care. Pleasure meeting you.
Yeah. We'll add you on this too, brother.
Have a great day.
Yeah, I mean, Spice will tell what I get. Yeah, I know that the practice work. I really like that.
Cool. Yeah, it's kind of, if you ever film, like, if we ever film
Oh, yeah, like it keeps like going down.
it keeps going down, but also like, you'll have a lot of people just like come in and be like, "Hey, what's up?" It's like a good vibe though. It's
Yeah,
fun.
I was gonna say like I don't. It keeps things like refreshing too, especially the fact that you're open to it too. I feel like with a lot of people, especially at the gym too, where they're like, "Yo, don't walk in front of my camera. Don't be in my zone while filming."
Yeah.
Bro, it is not that serious.
No, bro, we're all like cool people just trying to grow together.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah. So I'm glad. Thanks for being cool with it too, brother. I know, little pod, but it makes it more fun when you watch it again. You're like, oh, cool. What's up, guys? Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'll see you around, inshallah.
Did you buy him a water?
I did. Yeah.
Damn, you're a real one, bro. So this guy's cool as heck, man. You guys gotta follow him on Instagram. His links are down below.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I guess back to the car grind, right? What's your kind of vision for the page and your Cars and Coffee? Like, do you want to grow it to a big thing? And then if you could go over that, and then like talk about the advertising revenue you're bringing in from the sponsorships.
So we have two. Let me figure out how I'm gonna phrase it. So think of it as we have a consistent monthly meet. This is a Cars and Coffee for Elk Grove over here, and we do that with another group called Crescent,
Okay.
who are excellent people.
Yeah.
I highly recommend checking them out too. They specialize in something called like VIP builds, where it's like in bigger body cars, like the older style LSs.
Yeah.
And they just pimp out the interior. It's super clean.
That is cool.
Some of them have like specially designed seats just catered for them.
Yeah.
Or like some cars, this isn't like other cars, like they have chandeliers, they have like a dining set.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh wow.
Um,
I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. You said Saturday, right?
Saturday, yeah.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna try to come by. I do want to support you, man. Make content with you, and then just kind of see how it goes. Yeah.
it's it's a journey for everything.
Yeah.
And I appreciate your words about like our growth, but the thing is, the number is just a number.
Yeah.
If we do see it as like, hey, we're growing, then that means we're able to help out more people too.
Absolutely.
Because more people, it'll bring attention to our charity drives, and it'll just bring more exposure to, the work that we do.
the work that you do, yeah.
Another thing too is like I'm big on like companionship or like camaraderie.
Yeah.
So whenever somebody comes to our events, I like our events being more personable, and that's something that I really strive for. Because again, I just want people to meet each other, actual car enthusiasts.
Good vibes all around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad for deterring from the question, by the way.
No, you're good.
So our schedule runs like on a 4-month basis.
Yeah.
Like every third of the year. The 4th month, that's when we do our actual motor show or like our car show. And that's pretty much like a reset to like a new season, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we started off with, we have our normal Cars and Coffee monthly, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
But the first month we do something called like a coffee run,
Okay.
where we meet up somewhere and then we actually drive out to a coffee spot that's like, maybe 30 to 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
and we have like a traditional cars and coffee when we get there.
Okay.
And then the next one is usually like we have our actual car cruise,
Yeah.
or like a motor cruise. And Zane actually plans them out very, very well.
Oh.
Our last one, we met up over here. We met up in the Elk Grove area, and we met up at like 1 p.m., 1 a.m. 1 a.m.
Wow.
Morning. Yeah, and then they drove out to Lake Tahoe to go to like a waterfall.
Yeah.
And to catch the sunrise.
That's beautiful,
Yeah.
man. That sounds like such a good community.
Yeah.
And everyone can just bring their car. They don't need to like, like bring a fancy car. Just bring the car that you have.
Yeah, and
have a
even
great
then,
time.
we also like telling people like, hey, feel free to carpool.
Okay.
If you don't feel comfortable driving, because some of the routes we do take, it's pretty twisty. Yeah. So we also endorse like, hey, just come in with us.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Come carpool with us.
Come carpool. Okay.
And then the third event for the third month, so the third event would be a cars and food sort of thing where we go out to, like a local restaurant. We all at least get the permission too. And it's just like a car meet and food.
That's pretty cool. So how have you been growing like the word with everything? Like what's your whole like strategy for that? Like it seems like a very great event. Like how do you kind of generate interest with everyone? Through Instagram?
Mainly through my Instagram, but also like word of mouth. And like I said, my background with, charity work and nonprofit work.
Yeah.
A lot of people still know me from the organization that I volunteered at.
Okay.
So people have been, kind of eager for me to start something new.
Yeah.
Zane also has a lot of connections too.
Got it.
And we actually brought on another person to the team. So we have our group, and then we have like, the leads.
Yeah.
Which is like me, Zane, and another person. His name is Badr, who runs a motor fluid shop called King's Auto Supply.
Okay.
Yeah. So he like supplies oil, coolant, all that stuff.
That's pretty cool, man.
So we all have our not niches, but we all have our circles.
Circles, yeah.
And we talk about it to our circles. We bring out the word of mouth to them. But also like, the people that we work with one of the cafes over here for Proximity, for an example. Both of us work with Rumi's Oasis and now Daiso.
Oh, and Daiso.
Yeah. Daiso hopped on with us. It's just people seeing our work, what we stand for, and people are a fan of that.
Yeah.
And like I said, our meets, like they're usually pretty personable, so that also comes back to us members or
Exactly.
to us leads on being personable people, being
Yeah.
people who genuinely like talking to people and just
Pleasure to be around.
yeah. We try to be, yeah.
That's awesome, my brother. So for those of you who are curious, Jamil, like he's running Cars and Coffee. He's doing this big kind of like meetups in Sacramento, growing the nonprofit, growing the charity. But he's also actually a student in nursing school. So I was wondering if you could talk about that. Why did you want to become a nurse? Where do you go to school, and what's that been like so far?
Yeah. So it started with working as a medical assistant. I work at one of the hospitals over here at the urgent care clinic. To be honest, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I've always been kind of like lost, where I was like, I don't know what I want to do. No. But I'm blessed to be around like amazing nurses, amazing colleagues who are now friends at this point. Who are able to kind of walk me through and just seeing their work in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
And that has been very inspiring for me. And I'm like, with the scope of practice that I have now as a medical assistant, and I want to be able to do more. And nursing is that way for me to do more, to be able to help like people more efficiently. But just as well as like, it gives me a bigger goal to strive for. Nursing school has been rough. I go to Nightingale College currently, and even though I'm in California and it's in Utah, it's a remote program. But for clinicals, I have to travel out though.
To Utah.
Utah is one of the sites. It's a bunch of like random states.
That's pretty cool.
But it's like I said, I wouldn't have known what I wanted to do with my life if it wasn't for working as a medical assistant.
That's pretty cool.
And there's a lot of people that also share that journey too. kind of like, they started out as like working as a medical assistant or phlebotomist or like an LVN.
Yeah.
And they just want to keep improving.
Keep improving.
But even for you, you recently graduated.
Yeah.
How was your journey with school?
So yeah, you guys are curious. Just graduated from my MBA from UCLA Anderson,
Hell
the
yeah.
number one public school in the world. It's like a little marketing thing we always talk about, but it's been good, So definitely a crazy journey. I was working like 3 jobs at the same time.
Yeah.
So I was working at Google, Airbnb, and this confidential client I can't talk about. But I guess doing that, it helped pay for school because tuition's so crazy. And it just taught me like you can really push yourself to like a different lifestyle or different type of thing. Yeah.
And I really admire that too.
Thank you, bro. It was a grind.
Yeah, and I believe because I've also worked multiple jobs throughout my
hard,
life.
right?
It's not easy.
Yeah.
I've been going to school. I've been going to school and working since high school, and it is not fun.
It's not.
And after I graduated high school, I had to work multiple jobs. So even like between me and my brother, it's kind of like an inside joke where it's like, where have you not worked?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. I enjoy working. I'm a workaholic, to be honest.
Dude, it's crazy. I feel like you just can't stop.
I just can't stop.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a momentum thing too.
Yeah.
But also, I want to experience a lot of things too.
Yeah.
So I feel like that kind of part of me is like I just want to experience more things. And working is probably the best way to do it. But since I'm in school right now, obviously like since I have one job, I did take like a pay cut, but I think it's an investment for the long run.
Exactly, yeah. And that's one thing I've kind of realized is like you try and chase multiple rabbits, right? Like with school, with work, your jobs, and then you'll never catch one because you're just so focused on everything, right?
Yeah.
And I think you're doing the right thing, like just focusing on one role and then also just finishing school, right? Because you're going to be extremely successful. You're a very great guy. You're building cars and coffee. You're doing all these amazing things. So just kind of do what you're doing. You're doing amazing. I'm very proud of you, and you're gonna do great things. Okay? Yeah.
But even though we're both in different professions, I still feel like you can give, not only relate but also give like pretty good advice about like going through school. Talk about it some more. Like, how was your journey with that?
Yeah. It was interesting. So UCLA was cool because they allowed us to work and do, I graduated with an MBA, Master's in Business Administration, from UCLA, and they allowed us to kind of work as well as go to school at the same time, but of course you would have a workload where you're doing school and work. So classes were usually like every Saturday if you wanted, everything stacked on Saturday, or you can do it like Tuesday, Thursday evenings after you get off work. And usually most MBA programs are full-time, but this one you could finish between 2 or 3 years. So I finished it within that 3 years so I could split everything up because I did want to go to school. I knew it was very expensive to live in Southern California. And I just enjoyed learning because business school is like a lot of case studies. So you basically go over situations that happen with companies and how would you approach it. So having like the professional experience from Alphabet, from like Airbnb, you saw things in real time and then you're able to give your perspective on that as you go over that case study. And most of the case studies are from like Harvard Business School or from Berkeley. So you get like legit case studies from like executives who are coming back talking about what happened, and then you kind of learn from it there. Which is kind of like clinicals. When you're going to go to the hospital, you're going to experience real patients. You get to see what's actually happening. You get to bring your knowledge from nursing school and medical assistants.
And that's what kind of puts our positions in, for like interesting. We put ourselves in interesting positions, not only by, going to school and being in something that requires a lot of case studies, but we're also in those case studies, if you think about it, because you worked in different businesses. I've worked in the medical field. So it's a way where, you're not just being book smart. You're also being very practical. You're being, you're using your skills. Exactly.
Yeah. I agree with you, man.
I was like thinking about the phrase, I forgot it.
No, I've always felt too like,
especially business. You need to have your foot in the door, because there's been like a big trend with a lot of like entrepreneurs, or it's like they want to start something but they don't commit to it. It's that I do believe like you need to have the right vision for something. For an example, both of us have had the vision for our project.
For our content, right?
And a lot of people just don't have that because they see it now. Times are rough, definitely, but there's no such thing as easy money anymore.
No. Yeah.
Unless you sell your car, unless you sell your house. But even then, when you do that, you're losing.
You're losing, yeah. That's appreciation, yeah. But that's why I kind of like we vibed because you had a passion, you had like an idea of what you're trying to build, not only with your career, but like with the Cars and Coffee and your page. So I think that's what we kind of connected was like, I want to build this channel, I want to build this content. So we're kind of helping each other out and kind of see where we go from there. So it's very exciting.
And like I mentioned, I'm blessed to be with very good people.
Yeah.
My friends, Zane, Medda, and then our members as well. I'm very thankful for them.
And we'll add all the links down below too if you guys want to connect with everyone, with Jamila's crew, with his page, and just kind of follow his journey in medical or nursing as well as a medical assistant.
Yeah, and it'll go both ways too. I'll try to do whatever I can to give you some publicity too.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother.
But in terms of right now, how would you say, like, because a lot of people right now they're like, oh, like when I finish school, I'll be able to have so much time for myself. I feel like my life will be better. So how would you say your post-graduation life has been?
So I just graduated UCLA from the master's program like 3 weeks ago, so it's still fresh out. It's definitely given me more time, right? Like, I think one notion is that we get out of school where we have everything figured out. That's completely not the case, right? It's good to have like a role lined up and everything, but you still have like this inner dialect within you where you want to chase purpose, chase excellence, to just kind of help make the world a better place before we leave this earth, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I have more time to make content, and that's one thing I've been enjoying. It's like for those of you curious, I've done PM work at all these tech companies, and for me, it's just teaching everyone what I've learned. So I'm very excited to do that more.
You don't mind asking, what's PM?
PM is program management. It stands for product management, so I'm kind of doing a little both per se.
Okay.
But so PM work is just like, essentially there's a project or program, you have to run it through. At Alphabet, I was helping build the data centers for Google Cloud and negotiating with like foreign governments, like within Europe, within Asia, to make sure Alphabet has jurisdiction to build like a data center or whatever. Airbnb, I was doing kind of something similar, but I was building the engineering for Airbnb so that they could recruit more engineers to help build the product. So that's kind of like what PM work is. Very fun career if you like talking to people, but very, very stressful, especially if it's for like a global kind of company.
Yeah. I can imagine. If you don't mind, I do have some like advice for that because like even though I'm not
top of the game, spot.
Even though I'm not done with school yet, I do realize that is also a problem.
Yeah.
Where it's like, damn, like I finished my goal. What?
Yeah. What now?
It's I will say this. I think in terms of like having integrity.
Yeah.
Having integrity is very important, not just for people around you, but also for yourself.
Yeah.
Because you want to do better, not just for other people, but also for yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that way is, aside from that, it's just having goals lined up for yourself. Mm-hmm. It's not just, life is not just about like, careers, personal projects, or like community projects. There's a lot more.
There's
and then
so much
you find
more,
out, you'll find out about that after like, you're done. And it comes down to like a lot of self-reflection, meditation to an extent, because you're like, what else can I improve? What else can I do for myself? Like, what are some useful skills I want to do? For example, for me, like, even though I'm in that stage right now where like I hate school.
Yeah.
I've always loved going to school.
Yeah.
I love going to school when I don't need to go to school.
Yeah.
So I do plan to go back to school, and my plan for that is a way to continuously meet people, but also learn different things.
Yeah. I love how you talked about having integrity and to continue to learn, right? Because we all kind of go through those peaks and valleys where we start wondering, oh, why am I doing this? This is worth it, right? But also, too, when you do finish school, right, having integrity, because you go to a job, make money, buy what you want to buy, and then you're kind of left with this feeling of like, what can I give back to the world? And I think even though you're in school right now, you still have that. You're still thinking like, this charity is going to give and help so many people. And I'm very excited to see what you continue to build throughout this journey of yours.
Thank you. But here's the thing though. So we're kind of in an awkward position because, we're in the car community, and I say this with, I don't know how to phrase it, but I say this with a warning, not just, for ourselves, but for anybody who's trying to get into cars, there's a lot of ego.
Oh yeah.
And it gets pretty distracting because you're like, listen, man, I'm not trying to compete with you. Like, there's a difference between like car show competition and like, being prideful and just competing on that kind of length.
Yeah.
Because it gets self-destructive.
Yeah.
So another reason why I like to do charity work and I keep my members involved with the community
Yeah.
is because it keeps us grounded.
It does keep you grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not minimizing like our achievements, but it's important to know that we're such a small group. We're such a small like factor in the world, and whatever good we can do, let's keep it local because we can see our outcomes like not like right away, but like we can see our outcomes in front of us.
Yeah.
Instead of chasing the bigger picture, let's work on our community. Because that's what's hurting right now is community.
Yeah.
Even like with us right now, I see it like in my face, right?
No, it's okay. There's like a whole bunch of flies and like random stuff coming in. It's all part of the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing about podcasts. I kind of like, I let it just be extremely raw. Like, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, and it's genuine too.
Yeah, it's more genuine. Yeah. You're saying about community?
Yeah. So, I forgot my point, to be honest.
Oh, you're good, brother. You good. Think about it.
But I feel like I got my point across. It's just being in touch with the community now more than ever is like so important.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of divisiveness. There's a lot of opinions, a lot of things that just bring people like spread people away from each other. But I think community, working on ourselves and reinvesting in ourselves.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, investing in yourselves. Yeah. And I've felt that too because most of my content has been like my initial content before I start posting the business stuff has been like Tesla stuff, right? And I've a lot of times like on YouTube it's a lot of hate, like, oh, why would you get that car? How could you like not do this? Like your car has no soul, and you're just kind of like, oh, this is interesting because I've never really been about the car community.
Yeah.
And the same thing when I started posting business content, tech content, it's always been like, oh, like, you don't know what you're talking about.
You're not a gazillionaire.
Yeah, gazillionaire, how dare you? But I've always like learned from my mentors is that people want to see you kind of coming up in life.
Yeah.
They don't want to see you when you're like a multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire, right?
Yeah.
They want to see that progression and journey. So I agree with you, man. The communities can be a little interesting, a little toxic per se, but keep doing good work. You're helping a lot of people. They may not be commenting in the comments that you're helping out a lot. There's someone out there watching you, very inspired by your journey, and is going to be a better person, make this world better because of what you said and what you did.
Yeah, and it also goes back to us too, where it's like, part of our mission statement or part of our mission is, because we've been like super small, so let's help each other out. Let's bring like what we post like other smaller groups, even like bigger groups. Because again, we should be here to support each other.
Exactly, yeah. We should be here to support each other. We all have goals, and we're all gonna help each other make this world a better place.
I remember earlier you asked me about like what's my vision for the club, and part of that vision is just aside from like continuously growing and then continuously like helping out others, part of it is just I want to be consistent with our events. At some point, we may brand ourselves, and by branding, I mean like selling merchandise or stuff like that.
Exciting!
But the main thing is just, let's just do our own thing.
Yeah, keep doing your own thing. Yeah, I'm excited. There's so many great car YouTubers too. Like I watched this guy named Stradman.
I believe so.
Yeah, his stuff was great too because he started as like a car watcher. He was like homeless. He was just like going on Beverly Hills recording cars like Lamborghinis, like what's it called?
Can I look him up real quick, actually?
Yeah, heck yeah,
I think I know. I think I know of him.
He just posted a podcast with Graham Stephan. I think if you see that, that's kind of what inspired me to start my channel. Was like I saw him come from like just nothing to build something really great and help a lot of people. So I think you'll enjoy him too.
This guy.
Yeah, the Stradman. Yeah. Watch his interview with Graham. You'll like it a lot. I think I'll send it to you actually later.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So you have some time when you're at work, you're at the gyms, check it out. Yeah. But that's exciting, my brother. Any tips for our channel, for our viewers who want to get into building an event like the Cars and Coffee, or just want to get building something?
Two things: having the vision, because that's like where the real soul is. If you have a vision for it, we would not have gotten this far. We would not have, grown this much without having a proper vision.
Exactly.
And actually like acting upon it. Another thing too is consistency. Don't expect anything big right away. If you're consistent, if you do it right, research is another factor too.
Yes.
That should be the third point. All those three combined, hopefully that will lead to growth.
Yeah.
But there's also that, I think that exponential growth that like some, kind of like TikTokers or like YouTubers have, or like, 1,000 views versus, and then like all of a sudden like 100, like a million views.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes down to luck.
Luck. Yeah.
But it doesn't. You don't need luck to, be consistent. You don't need luck to keep going.
Keep going. Yeah. No, I agree. As long as like,
I have another.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah.
Share
I mentioned it too. Reinvesting in yourselves. There's nothing worse than somebody who is giving you a lot of time.
Yeah.
And you not reinvesting in yourself.
Oh yeah.
That's like discouraging for a lot of people.
For everyone. Yeah. Yeah. So just reinvest your time. Always kind of, if someone gives the effort, give it back, right? Give 110%, because people want to help others who help themselves, right?
Yeah.
So I agree with you, man. Like, I see you very consistent with your posting. I see you're always reaching out. So I want to partner. I want to work with you. Same thing with me, right? You probably saw, okay, this guy cares a lot about helping the community, doing social media. So we always wanted to work with each other. And you probably see a lot too with your sponsors, as well as people who come to the Cars and Coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember that was another question you asked earlier about the sponsors and like how I have this set up. So the sponsors we have like two packages. We have like the premium package and like the basic package. I forgot what the word. The essential package. Essential and then like premium. Both of them come with benefits, and that also goes back to like what we want, is like we reinvest it not just in ourselves, but we reinvest it into our sponsors.
Into the sponsors. Okay.
We charge our sponsors quarterly, and the reason why I have that set up is better than monthly. We're able to get a larger sum of money together, and we're able to distribute it more properly.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That reinvestment, not only like I said, the sponsors get their benefits, but also that reinvestment also comes in the form of, we help sponsor, other community projects. We if somebody wants to go tracking, we reimburse a portion of their ticket.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's cool.
If somebody has like a big project, or like if something unexpected happens, then we will support our members with that money.
Yeah. I'm glad you have like a revenue model and a way to kind of give back to your community that's supporting you guys financially. And that's really good. 'Cause, most places, right, you're starting off trying to figure everything out. But I'm glad you kind of established something and you're kind of proceeding that way. Yeah.
To be honest, my goal for it is not to completely get rid of the sponsor system, and that comes with, as I mentioned earlier, like branding ourselves. I want to be able to have our own monetization, so I can charge the sponsors less, and they can still get their benefits.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it's kind of like that goes back as a thank you for them too. Like, thank you for supporting us. Like as a repayment, like let's have you pay less now, and you'll still get the same benefits.
Exactly. Yeah. That's pretty cool, man. I'm glad you're always thinking of new avenues to help others, to generate revenue, and just really build this charity, nonprofit. Yeah.
Because we got to the point now where, with our growth, again, we're very thankful for, reinvesting. I know I keep saying that, but reinvesting. We're making our events bigger. One of my members, he's a photographer.
Yeah.
And I'm actually paying him.
Oh wow.
I don't believe in
free labor.
Like free labor,
Yeah.
especially since he's giving us our time. He's a good kid. He's still in high school.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you have a passion for this, so let's pay you. Let's pay you for that.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like I'm helping him build a portfolio for himself.
Mm-hmm.
So if he does get into photography as a profession for long term, he
Yeah.
already has something set up.
Yeah.
Uh,
I agree. I know. I'm a firm believer in that too. Yeah. Pay people for their time, their effort, even though like they're just starting out, you never know that money you give them can help skyrocket their business. So it's like their seed capital for whatever they're trying to build. So that's awesome. You're doing that for your photographer.
And so our big event, it's the motor show. The motor show, we do it every 4 months.
Every 4 months. Okay.
Yeah, and then that's the end of the season.
Okay.
And then what that is pretty much we want to keep it free, so free attendees. But everybody who comes, they're automatically entered in the show. So everybody has a chance to. The raffles are free, so we give away details, we give away some merch from our sponsors. They're also there for the show, so they're automatically entered to either win like a plaque.
Yeah.
There's like best of show, best of interior.
Oh man, you guys
stuff
thought
like
this all
that.
through? Yeah.
And hopefully we're working with a spot right now in SAC, like a really good spot. And my goal for that is to make it like a nighttime show. So it's like a vibe. We also ignore the bad weather.
Yeah, ignore that. The heat.
The heat,
Yeah.
We'll be able to prevent like that messing
Yeah.
us up or ruining the attendance. And we're also supporting the business for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot better now. The heat's been crazy here.
Yeah.
Like 110 last week. I feel like it's like an 80 or 90 now.
I'm like, and we're looking at 90s. We're like, damn, like
pretty good.
it's pretty good.
No, in LA, dude, like at class, you'd be like 80, and we're all dying.
Like I can't do this.
They're like, why would you do this?
Dang it, that's different. I hate being in a stuffed room. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah,
too much.
I just have air conditioning, but definitely it's hard and hot. Yeah.
How was I've never been to SoCal.
Okay. You gotta check it out, man.
I'd love to. I have a couple of friends that are there.
Okay.
Who are like, bro, just if you come by, like run me a hostie. I'm like, okay, I'll try.
You should. I'll send you some good places.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like since I'm in the middle of like school and everything and work, I have to financially work, because I'm paying for the school and my living situation. I'm kind of stuck here for now, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Dude, if you ever come down to SoCal, gorgeous place, right? Traffic's pretty bad, which is kind of unfortunate, but if you kind of enjoy the the palm trees, the very a lot of star clout type of thing, right? Which is kind of interesting. You do like it a lot, but overall it's a really good place to kind of visit, hang out. Disneyland's over there in Irvine or near Anaheim area. Check out Disneyland. And then LA is gorgeous too. Yeah, if you ever get a chance, check out UCLA. It's beautiful as well.
There's this guy actually that I met through the car page.
Yeah,
his name is Amor Qureshi.
okay, cool.
We both connected over our pages because he also started his own thing. His own car thing, and his projects are crazy.
Yeah.
You mind if I pull it up real quick?
Yeah, dude, show us. Let's take a look at his projects. What's good, guys? Hope you guys are enjoying the podcast.
So, Founder Car Meets.
Okay.
He's working on some stuff right now, so it hasn't been updated.
Yeah.
But hopefully we're working with him to branch out to SoCal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of connections to it in SoCal, as well as kind of in car. I have a lot of friends who are kind of in the car community too. So if you ever want to network, connect, always happy to plug you there. Yeah.
And if I can be a resource for you, then I'm down for that too.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother. Well, I always like to ask this kind of towards the end of the podcast. You've done so much with your page. You've done so much with your nursing. What is one piece of advice you would have to give to your younger self?
To be honest, I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, living through my life is, there have been a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties, but I would just let things happen. I wouldn't, fight against anything.
I love it.
So controversial, but I won't say anything.
Yeah. No, that's
just
awesome.
let it happen.
Let it happen. Don't change anything. Yeah. Well, Jamil, thank you so much for coming to the podcast, my brother. Please, for feel free to reach out. We'll have all of his links down below. Please like, comment, subscribe, Jello family. We're growing so fast. And check out his Cars and Coffee. It's going to be a fun event in Sacramento if you're in the area. And then he's going to keep growing this. So we might expand SoCal, Bay Area, you never know. So appreciate you, Jello family. Have an amazing day. Peace.
Take care.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course, of course.